Okay, so last class we discussed about modules actually, module 1, module 2, module 3 and module 4. What these 4 modules can do. Module 1 is fundamentals, basic Python programming fundamentals. In module 2, we will be having advanced Python like object-oriented programming structure, exception handling, and how to handle the exceptions and all. And we will work on iterators, generators, all these things. See, there are a lot of features and concepts which are available in module 2. So once we're done with the programming fundamentals with module 1 and module 2, we will move to the module 3 with different kind of libraries and frameworks. So that is also we done. And coming to the module 4 is completely working model like projects where we can implement, where we can inject Python programming for the different kind of applications or projects and all. Small scale applications or medium scale applications, even the larger scale applications also. And coming to the different kind of editors, what are the different kind of editors which are available to do work with the Python? We will be having a Notepad, we will be having a Notepad++, like a VS Code, IDLE, integrated. What is this meaning of IDLE? Is integrated development lightweight environment. Integrated development lightweight environment. Integrated development lightweight environment. So that is basically called IDLE. We will be having two kind of versions with IDLE. One is a interpreted mode and one is a bash mode. We will discuss about it. Okay, so let's go with IDLE first. I don't have the Notepad and Notepad++ in my Mac machine. If you people are using the Windows machine, you try with the Notepad and Notepad++. I don't have these two editors, but if you are working with the Notepad, you need to save the file with the .py format. See, one important thing we need to understand, the file format for the Python is .py. Even for the VS Code also, you need to go with the .py format. But in IDLE, even in the IDLE bash mode, you have to save the file in the .py format. And interpreted mode is the line-by-line execution. Line-by-line execution. So how this interpreted mode is working for you, I will show. Okay, we try to work with the different kind of editors, but before editors, I just want to install Python in your machine. So how to install Python in your operating system, in your operating system, in your OS. Okay, so you may use a Windows machine or maybe use your Mac machine, or some people will use Linux machine. We don't care about it. Any kind of operating system Python will install. Python is platform independent. Python is language independent. Python is platform independent. We don't worry about the Python installation. Okay, so the only thing is we have to go with the www.python.org. This is the official website where you can download for Python. So let me go. Okay, so python.org. Python.org is the official website where you can see an option called downloads option. Just go to downloads option and go to the operating system mode. Okay, if you are in the Windows machine, go for the Windows option. If you are in the Mac mode, you can go for the Mac operating system and go to the button. So let me show. So you will be having a download option here. So from this downloads, you will be having the Windows and Mac. If you are using the Windows machine, go to the Windows. If you are using a Mac machine, go with the Mac machine. Based on that, based on your operating system, you have to install your software. Just go to the downloads and go to the, for me, it is Mac. For you, it is Windows. Okay, you are using a Mac machine, you can go with the Mac machine. If you people are using the Mac machine, you can go with the Mac machine. No issues. Okay, for Windows, it will be .exe file or maybe that is exe file only. But in the Mac machine, it may be the DMG file. So it will give the DMG file. Okay. So after download the file, what you have to do is just click on next. So the steps are very easy. So I already have installation. I already have Python installed in my machine. I will show. Okay, just open the terminal. Open terminal in the Mac. Open command line. After install, after download your Python exe or Python DMG. Okay. Let me tell you, exe for Windows machine. and DMG extension for Mac machine. Mac machine. Okay. And after that, okay. If you are using a Windows, for Windows users, I'm telling, for Windows, you will be open a command line. So open command prompt or open, command. For Mac people, a search option. Or for Windows also, you'll be having a search option, right? A search option. You can go for the search option in the bottom of the screen. And search for ideally. Here also, Mac also, you will be having a search option. You will be having a search for ideally. So search for ideally. Search for ideally. And even here also, search for ideally. Yes. So when you search for ideally will open. Okay. So once you open ideally and first work with the command prompt, command line mode. Okay, program your command line mode. Okay, let me try to open. Okay, just try to open ideally first. Ideally, I'm opening from search. I'm opening from the search option. If you are using a Mac machine, go for the search option on top. If you are using a Windows machine, go for the search option in the bottom. Okay, open ideally. Okay, first one is command line mode. How work with the command line mode, I will show. Command line mode is very simple. So this is command line mode open. Ideally opened with the command line. So you can just make it zoom. Okay, I want to make it zoom height. Okay, zoom ideally preferences. Ideally preferences. I want to give the size of the font. I want to make the font size little bit more for your understanding purpose. And 25. Yes, I'm giving 25 here. I'm giving 25 here and giving the font, whatever the font you want, you can just give the font face and all. Let me give the good font face for that. Yes, that's fine. And apply it. Apply it. Apply it. Okay. Now you can search. You can write something. So I'm trying to writing some 2 plus 3. Enter. I'm writing some 34 minus 12. You can see simple arithmetic operators I can able to perform. Okay, I want to write a print function. Print in single quotes. Whatever you want, you can write it. Hello, Python. I am new to learn. After write something, go to the end of the line, EOD, end of the line, and enter. Hello, Python. I am new to learn. And for example, if I'm giving the name is equal to Srinivas, I'm just giving the name here. And after that, I want to enter the name. Srinivas came. I want to print the name. Name is variable here. See, later we will discuss about the variable concept. Whatever the value you're trying to enter in, that value need to store somewhere. For example, you will be having a different kind of variables. So sometime I will be having a integer kind of variable. Sometime I will be having the float kind of variable. Sometime I will be having the string kind of variable. Sometime I will be having the array kind of variable or list kind of variable. Sometime I will be having a tuple kind of variable. It may be a container is different. See, everything is container. It may be an integer kind of container or numerical kind of integer container, and it may be a float kind of container. That is the integer. This is the float. Okay, FLO8 is FLO. Yeah, this one. Yes. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, this may be a float kind of data type. This may be a string kind of data type. This may be a list kind of data type. This may be a tuple kind of data type. Later, we will discuss all the data types which are available in Python. We will discuss one by one. This may be a tuple kind of data type. But all this kind of data, what we have to do is, okay, so type of the name. For example, I want to check with the type of the name. See, what is the type of the name? I can see. What is the type of the name? Type of the name is string, str. Type of the name is str. For example, x is equal to 12. And what is the x? And the type of the x. I want to check the type of the x. Type of the x is integer. Can you see? Type of the x is integer. I can able to easily work with the type method, easily identify what is the data kind, what is the type of the data. And this is ideally shell mode process. Ideally shell mode. Shell mode is line by line execution. Every time you need to give the enter button. That is a shell mode process. And one more process we will be having, that is the bash mode. So all the editors I will explain. This is the process of editor or one editor called ideal. Let's go.